what's going on, music fans? Welcome back to another edition of One Foot Production. I'm Elric, your host. Once again, we have Jesus not only behind the camera, but on guitar as well. But we call him Jesse. So, what are we doing today? Well, you guys can see the guest star today is Jesse Hunter. He's been my guitar player for years and years. He's doing a lot of projects right now, doing some tours. He's even playing with Bow Wow Wow. You might know them. They do that song, Might Like You Better If We Slept Together. And to be honest with you, most of the girls I know, I might like them better if I slept with them. So it's a great song. And today on the channel, we're going to be looking at something really cool. The Tiny Terror from Orange. Now, this is a 7/15 watt amp. It's a single channel. 2 8-ohm speakers out, or a single 16. It's got a lot of simplicity to it. A lot of simplicity. 3 knobs is all you get. You get volume, you get your tone, and you get your gain. But this thing can do anything from basically jazzy stuff to metal. It's a really incredible amp. So far, I mean, you've been playing this thing for about an hour. What do you think of this thing so far? Before we jump in here.
This amp, I have to say, is really responsive. It's got that. It's not even loud yet. But it really responds well with the notes. It's really punchy. And
are we at 15 or 7 right now?
We're at 15 watts right now.
But we can do 15 or 7 and the sound's incredible. Now, this thing could probably play in any small clip anywhere if you don't need to have multiple channels, right? You can pretty much just use your pedal board.
You can take this anywhere, actually. Like the way that it feels and how fat it sounds and how loud it is. Take it to a small gig and just have a couple pedals in front of it, make it sound like anything you want. I mean, this is the gain's only about I don't know, like not even at 5 yet, and it's still not even loud enough yet. But
now, something people don't know this out there, but a reason you want to have a low wattage amp, because in the recording studio, you want to be able to crank those tubes up to be as hot as you can frickin' get them to get that sound that you want. And with this amp, you can basically crank it up, and you don't have to worry about the neighbors calling the police on you or the amp blowing up. So, pretty much with that said, though, I'm going to let Jesse start playing. I'm going to go adjust the amp as he plays, and we'll show you why this thing can pretty much do anything from jazzy stuff, like I said, all the way to metal, so it has all your bases covered. So let's jump in and let's check out the Tiny Terror from Orange. Now we'll change it to 7 watts. don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're the biggest guitar snob in the world, or you're an amateur guitar player. This little tiny tear sounds amazing. It's about $600. You can find it all over the world. You saw Jesse take it through all the steps. It'll sound good at 15 watts. It'll sound good at 7 watts. And 7 watts, you can crank the volume all up, really saturate those tubes and get that great studio sound that you're looking for. I mean, you guys can hear from him playing. This thing can play anything and it sounds awesome. Now, we want to thank the people over at Joyo. They provided us their DC pedal and also the t-shirt that Jesse here is wearing. So that's awesome. And the amp itself is powered by two 12X7 tubes and two EL84 tubes. These are just the stock tubes that came in the amp, and I think for $600 you can see that this thing has a lot of versatility if you're in the recording studio or whether you're out playing that small gig. Now, the only thing that some people might say are drawbacks, in the back of the amp there are no effects loops whatsoever. You just get your two 8-ohm speakers or your single 16, that's it, your power plug. This thing is meant for people who are just on the go. So just since I'm running, tell all the things that you would really like about this amp for you personally, being the guitar snob and guitar hero that you are.
Guitar snobbish.
Snobbish. We're snobby here on Guitar Snobs. Hello. I'm
more...
Nigel, Guitar Snob number 1.
Actually, what I really like is just that it's really punchy, really loud, and it's really it's punchy like that, right in your face, right there. But it's really responsive, and it's got a lot of bottom end to it. Usually it just has a tone. Even the tone is kind of all the way up. You still don't lose the bottom end. Some amps, when you turn the tone all the way up, because it's just kind of like trebly and sparkly.
Yeah, this gets all yeah. This works different.
Right, and then
you know, I was concerned about that. I was actually really concerned when I first got it. I was like, oh man, it's just a single like tone knob. I'm used to bass and treble.
Yeah, all these bells and whistles and tone knobs, pushing switches and stuff like that. Yeah.
But I mean, this whole setup that we have over here, the whole setup is simple. We have a Hughes and Kettner, like I said. It's just a 12 inch. Yeah, it's a 12 inch. It's a 12 inch speaker. It's just one of those Celestion. I think it's the vintage 30s inside this bad boy. I mean, it's pretty simple equipment. You can pack that up, take it with you anywhere, and go gig. So I think that's pretty amazing. I think I paid like $2 for the speaker, and I got really lucky. I paid like under $300 for this amp. So that's really amazing stuff. So I'm Elric. You guys have been watching One Foot Production. Once again, like I said, Jesus Bueno is behind the camera. Our guest today was Mr. Jesse Hunter of mini bands. We just call him Gunslinger because he plays forever. And actually, almost all the songs you guys have heard forever, including the famous Benchmark song, all Jesse. Like, even if me and John write the song, Jesse comes along and retracts it. He's the guitar hero. We write songs. He plays songs. Peace out. We'll see you later.